The land of delightful panoramas, a country of enchanting travels and a place of true peace. All this depicts the image of Nepal, a small state in South Asia located among the Himalayan mountains. Our travel to this amazing country began with road planning and collecting backpacks. Kathmandu is the capital and the largest city of Nepal. Life here is seething. Crowds of people are moving along the streets, mixed with motorcycles and cars. Tamil is a special district of the capital, a paradise for shopping, accompanying a smooth immersion in the culture of Nepal. We liked walking around Tamil despite the dust and a lot of people. Although Nepal can be called a secular state, religion occupies a significant place in the life of Nepalese. There are many stupas in Kathmandu, both huge and very tiny, installed in the walls of the house. Swayambudnaht in Kathmandu is the oldest and most famous in the entire Buddhist world. The stupa is at the highest point of Kathmandu. The temple grove is home to a large number of wild monkeys, because of which tourists called Swayambudnaht the Temple of Monkeys. Monkeys sometimes behave aggressively and cause trouble, but despite this, they are fed by pilgrims, church attendants, and tourists. In the temple there are prayer drums, into which you can send prayers to heaven. One rotation of the prayer drum with pure thoughts is tantamount to being read aloud of the million mantras placed in it. A staircase leads to the stupa, which has 365 steps by the number of days in a year. A real nook of peace and quiet in the bustling city of Kathmandu. The Garden of Dreams is fully consistent with its name and embraces with its atmosphere of peace and tranquility. The garden was opened in 1920. The most interesting and rich monument of architecture and history in Kathmandu is Durbar Square. Unfortunately, after the terrible earthquake in April 2015, some ancient temples in Durbar Square were destroyed. Restoration work is underway. Shechen Monastery is one of the 6 main monasteries of the Nyingma school in the East Tibet, founded in 1695. The monastery was destroyed in the 50s of the 20th century, and in 1990 the monastery reopened and became one of the best examples of Tibetan religious arts outside of Tibet. Bodnath Stupa was built in the 6th century. The stupa, surrounded by dozens of Tibetan monasteries of various directions and schools. Around the stupa, a dense human stream constantly boils. Pilgrims rotate prayer drums, multicolored flags with prayer texts flutter in the wind, and a pair of painted "Yes, look at you" carefully and sternly from the stupa. This place really makes a very strong impression. Everyone moves around the stupa, circumventing clockwise. To achieve the best effect, it is advisable to bypass the stupa 108 times. Nepal is not India. There are not so many cows in the streets. However, they are also considered sacred.